Hi everyone, my name is Andy, and welcome to All the Lonely Meeples. On this channel, I share solo playthroughs of various board games, including tutorials on how to play. As always, if you enjoy this video, hit that subscribe button down below. Now today's a little different because I'm not going to be sharing solo playthroughs at all. Instead, a friend of mine recently asked if I could give recommendations for 2-player games and 4 to 6-player games. So I'm actually going to do 2 videos, one for 2-player games and one for 4 to 6 that my wife and I really enjoy. So in this video, we're going to focus on 3 2-player games that my wife and I absolutely love. The first game I'm going to recommend is not strictly a 2-player game, but that's the player count that I'm used to playing, and that is Guillotine. Published in 1998 by Wizards of the Coast and designed by Paul Peterson. It is a fantastic, easy card game, probably I'd say 20 minutes once you know how to play. And it is simply placing the guillotine that comes with the box on one side of the table and placing over the course of three turns or 3 days a bunch of nobles, and some have negative points, some have positive points. There are people like the big names are Marie Antoinette, we have Robespierre, and we have King Louis that can gain you a lot of points. And also there's the hero of the people, which is a lot of negative points. And basically what you're doing is you are trying to manipulate the line closest to the guillotine to collect the heads of these people by taking the card. And so what you'll do is on your turn, you'll have a hand of action cards. And I love this game because you can play 1 action card per turn. There's a couple that let you play multiples or don't play any at all. But at the end of your turn, you take whatever noble is at the front of the line. And so if you manipulate it correctly, you might make your opponent take a negative card, setting yourself up for one of the big points. It allows you to move nobles, certain colored nobles, up to the front of the line. There's special cards that allow you to move a specific noble, a named noble, right to the front. There are certain nobles that end the day, in the round early. Robespierre is one of them. It's a fantastic game, and over the course of 3 rounds, after 3 rounds, you score all your nobles based on colors. There are some special cards, some action cards that give you bonus points for different colored nobles that you have. And then whoever has the most points wins. And it's a fantastic game. The second game I recommend is a 2-player only game, and that is Patchwork by Uwe Rosenberg and published by Lookout Games. This is a fantastic game for 2 players. Let me tell you a little bit about it. So in this game, you have your player board and you are creating a quilt with these tiles. There are tons of tiles in the game, and what I love about Uwe Rosenberg is that you set the tiles around in a big circle on the table. This does take a little bit of table space because the tiles are all different shapes and sizes. And you have a token that you move around the board, and you can choose one of the first 3 after that token. You take one, you place it on your board, you pay the appropriate cost. Every one of these tiles has a cost in buttons. Yes, buttons. You pay in buttons. Fantastic. And then there's a time on each tile that tells you generally how long it takes for you to put that on your quilt. And your time, where's the start? Here it is. Time as you move around the board. Every time you pass one of these buttons, you get paid back in how many buttons are on your board. And that income is going to help you build more. You can also choose to pass your turn. There it is, pass your turn. And so what you would do is you move spaces until you go over your opponent, and you collect buttons that way. And so there's a trade-off of when do I spend big or when do I hold back and collect more. And classic Uwe Rosenberg scoring is really interesting in this game. So you're going to score for however many buttons you have left, minus, I believe it's 2 points, negative 2 points for every empty space on your board. So it's a low scoring game, but the artwork on each tile is beautiful, and I just have a great time every time I play it. So that is Patchwork by Uwe Rosenberg. This last recommendation is by far my favorite two-player only game, and that is Mandala. Published by Lookout Games and designed by Trevor Benjamin and Brett Gilbert. This is a fantastic card game for 2 players. Let me tell you a little bit about it. So in this game, one, you're going to be playing these sand cards, and they're little square cards, I believe of 6 different colors. What I really like about this game is it's my only game, I think, that actually has a cloth playing board that comes with it. This is actually included in the box. I'll just show a little bit. And so on this board, you have 2 mandalas, 2 circles, and I think in the rules there you have the mountain in the very middle, and then each player has their fields. And then at the very bottom of closest to you, you have your river. And so what you're trying to do is you're trying to play these cards in either your mountain, in the shared mountain, or your field. And depending on which one you do, you either get to play multiple cards, or in the mountain you get to play 1 card and then draw back some more. So you're constantly trying to keep your hand with enough cards and enough different colors, because once all colors appear, all 6 colors appear in a combination of your field, your opponent's field, and the mountain, you're going to score that mandala. And whoever has more cards in their field is going to get to score, is going to get to choose from the mountain first. And when you choose from the mountain, you're going to choose the colors that are present in the mountain, and you're going to place them in your river. I will show the river one more time. So the river is down here at the bottom, and it starts with 1 over here and goes all the way to 6. And so the first card that I take is going to be worth 1 point from now on every time I take that type of card. And as I go, like the 4th card that I take, each of those cards that I collect is going to be worth 4 points. So I really want to be careful when I take cards, because I can score many more points if, you know, the red card is sitting in my 5-point slot. I want to collect more red cards than, say, my green card that's sitting in my 1-point slot. And it's, I'd say, less than 30 minutes. It's a fantastic game, and I highly recommend Mandala to any and everyone.